Assalamu alaikum. Oxford Progressive English for 5th class और न्यू एडिशन है। नेक्स्ट पे आ जाए तो ये यूनिट नंबर 7 लेसन 3 द मैजिक पेंट ब्रश। अब इसमें उन्होंने साउंड का ऑप्शन दिया हुआ है तो मैं अभी इसका साउंड चला देती हूँ, आप सुने और इसके बाद हम ये वाला क्वेश्चन और अगली इसकी जो एक्सरसाइज है वो करेंगे। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट।
Unit 7, Lesson 3, The Magic Paintbrush. Listen as you read the story, then choose the correct word.
Samba lived on a big island in Malaysia and he loved to paint. As soon as he could hold a stick, he drew birds in the sand. As he grew older, he drew flowers and animals, then trees and their shadows. Very soon, people in the town began to remark on his talents. Have you seen the pictures in his parents' house? Have you seen his mural in the doctor's clinic? He is not just good, he is very fast. He painted the picture of his 3 brothers in just half an hour. But Sumba was not satisfied. I want my pictures to look real. How can I draw a drop of water on the end of a leaf? In his teens, Sumba continued to paint, but he was never satisfied with his pictures. I wish I had better paints and better brushes. If I had a paint box with 40 different colors, I could paint much better. Samba was in his room one night thinking these things. He couldn't paint, as he had no lamp, only a candle. Suddenly, an old man in a long coat appeared near the foot of his bed, holding a wooden box. "Who are you?" asked Sumba in a frightened little voice. The old man didn't answer. He only said, "I have brought you a present, Sumba. A new brush and some paints. Now your paintings will come to life. You'll see." Sumba was so excited that he could hardly sleep. As soon as the sun rose, he took out the paint box and painted a bird. Its feathers gleamed as after a dive in a lake. Suddenly the bird raised its beak into the air, then began to sing. Finally, it flew out of the window. Sumba shook his head from side to side and blinked. A dream, perhaps. He quickly drew a black spider with 8 long legs and 2 orange eyes. He drew the hair on the spider's legs, and the spider ran off the page, across the floor and under the door. Samba knew that they only had 1 lamp in the house, so he painted another big one. Then he picked it off the page and held it high in his hands. "Look, father, I have made a lamp for you," he said. These were good times for Samba's family. They had new possessions for cows, a flock of ducks, new tools for the farm, and 4 water buffaloes. Whenever a person needed something, such as a new coat or a new saucepan, or a newly tiled roof, Samba painted it. When the town's headman heard about Sumba's magic paintbrush, he summoned Sumba with his paint box to his house. "I need new furniture for my house," he said. Sumba didn't want to anger the headman, so he painted 2 simple stools for him. "These are too small," shouted the headman. "Paint me some big chairs, covered in gold and precious stones. Paint me some new clothes. Paint me a golden crown. Paint me a palace." "But you didn't need luxury goods when people in the town are hungry," argued Sumba. "I will only paint things that people need, not what they desire." "You are a rude boy," shouted the headman. You refuse to obey my orders. And he ordered his servants to take Sumba and lock him in a room at the top of his house. Stay there, he shouted. You will have no food and no water until you paint what I command. Sumba looked out of the window and thought. Then he remembered the face of the wise old man. So he quickly painted a ladder, passed it through the window, and leaned it against the side of his house. Then, with his paint box under his arm, he climbed down the ladder and ran away. Sumba stayed out of the way of the headman, but continued to paint for people who needed his help.
So, पहले हम इसका आंसर करेंगे जो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है. Sumba used his magic paintbrush well or unwisely. So, Sumba used his magic paintbrush very well. ठीक है. Then अगले में आ जाए तो next question है B. Your teacher will direct 6 thoughts of Sumba. Sumba, write them in your notebook. Then say where they go in the story using the numbers. तो जो है वो जो टीचर लिखवाएगी, वैसे मैं आपको बता देती हूँ. तो ये जो हैं ये वाली हैं जो हाईलाइट किया गया है. सो हाउ कैन आई ड्रॉ अ ड्रॉप ऑफ वाटर ऑन द एंड ऑफ अ लीफ. तो ठीक है, ये पहला हो गया. सेकंड वन है आई कुड पेंट मच बेटर इफ आई हैड अ पेंट box with 40 different colors I could paint much better. 2 हो गए. थर्ड वन में आ जाए he couldn't paint as he had no lamp only a candle. थर्ड वन. फोर्थ वन है Sumba was so excited that he could hardly sleep. फोर्थ वन. आगे है finally it flew out of the window. ठीक है, तो ये जो है फिफ्थ वन है. सिक्स वन है Sumba looked out of the window and thought. ठीक है, ये सिक्स थॉट हो गया उसके. आंसर योर टीचर्स क्वेश्चन. एग्जाम्पल हाउ ओल्ड डू यू थिंक Sumba was when he started to draw. अभी उन्होंने यहाँ पे जो ये दिया है इसका मतलब ये कि पीछे जो है पेजेस उस पे से पढ़ के करना है. सो यहाँ पे टीचर वो जो है या जो भी आपको काम करवा रहा है वो पहले क्वेश्चंस जो हैं वो पीछे पेज नंबर 145 पे हैं और फिर उसके आंसर. तो फर्स्ट है हाउ ओल्ड डू यू थिंक Sumba was when he started to draw. Maybe when he was 3 years old. ये इसका आंसर है. सेकंड वन क्वेश्चन in the opinion of the townspeople how good a painter was Sumba. They thought he was very good. Third one, how did Sumba feel when he saw the old man in his bedroom? He was frightened. This is the answer. Question अगला है 4. How did the bird that Sumba painted with the magic paintbrush look? So it looked like a real bird. Then what did Sumba want to discover when he drew the spider? तो इसका आंसर है whether he was dreaming or not, whether the next thing that he painted would come to life or not. तो 6-1 है what kind of things did Sumba paint for his family and others? तो इसका आंसर ये है he painted useful things for them like animals, ducks and tools. 7th है why do you think the headman got angry when Sumba refused to paint? Because he wanted grand things and luxury goods. ठीक है, तो ये भी हो गए. हम अब अगले सेक्शन में चलते हैं. अगला सेक्शन है डी. तो अभी हमने सी किया है, अब ये डी है. कंप्लीट द सेंटेंसेस विद द वर्ड्स और फ्रेजेस फ्रॉम द टेक्स्ट. अब जो टेक्स्ट में से ही हमने लेने हैं. ठीक है, फर्स्ट है ऑन अ सनी डे अ ट्री इज position between the sun and its own shadow? So answer is shadow. Next one, when you talk about something, you are remark on it. If you can do many things well, you have many talents. ठीक है? Fourth one, a painting that is painted on a wall is an mural. आगे आ जाए. The water on the lake shone and gleamed in the sunlight. Gleamed. Things that you own are called possessions. आगे है सेवंथ है, a group of chicken or bird is called flock. आगे आ जाए. 8th नंबर है, a tiled roof is covered in reddish square of baked clay. A tile roof is covered in reddish squares of baked clay. If you order people to come to you, you summon them. A diamond is a precious stone that is used in jewelry. Precious. An object that is more expensive and beautiful than you need is a luxury. ठीक हो गया. अगले में आ जाएं. Discuss these questions. 1. Was Simba right to paint things for his family, for the village, for himself? Answer is yes, he was right to paint things for his family and the village because they needed help. He painted useful things. He was also right not to paint for himself because he was kind and cared for others. Second है, was the Simba right to refuse the commands of the village headman? तो इसका आंसर ये है yes, because the headman wants luxury item while the people were hungry. Simba only painted things people needed, not what they desire. Third one है, what kind of commands must people usually obey? ठीक है. Command from teachers, police officer, grandparents, sports, coaches, older brothers and sisters, bullies. So the answer is people usually obey command from teachers, parents, police officers, grandparents, coaches, and older siblings. These commands keeps us safe and teach us discipline. Did you know the genre of this text is magic realism, a realistic story that contains magical elements. ठीक है, ये दो जो है ये पेज हमने एक लेसन के कर लिए. अब नेक्स्ट वीडियो में अगले करेंगे. इस बुक से रिलेटेड या किसी और बुक से रिलेटेड कोई भी आपको इशू है तो आप हमें कमेंट सेक्शन में लिख सकते हैं. कोई वीडियो बनवाना चाहें तब भी. शुक्रिया.